What a song to pump up this segment. Welcome to the jungle, Ryan Stuffrich.
Welcome.
And
We got lots of games.
Oh, yeah, we do. It's the NFL, the gridiron, where men crush each other and they get tackles and touchdowns. Oh, geez. That sounds really weird. If you want to call the show, it's not hard. 630-403-5200. That's 630-403-5200. And on the Illinois Center for Broadcasting hotline, we have Chris Simpson, who can be found at dailyblitz61.com. What's up, Chris?
What's going on, guys? How was Christmas?
Mine was good. How about yours?
It was nice. I really enjoyed it.
All right, good.
And real quick, since we've asked everyone that's been on the show, what was the best present you got for Christmas?
Oh, man.
You got so much.
I got a couple of gift cards, so you always take those and use those whenever down the stretch. So and there's nothing wrong with a good gift card.
That's when you know you've grown up, because I got cash for Christmas, and I loved it.
Oh, definitely. You can't go wrong with some cash money.
So, who do you have winning, Pittsburgh or Cleveland at 1 p.m. on CBS?
I like Pittsburgh in this one, Ryan. I just think, they found their rhythm. Those were two big games they had to win. They beat the Bengals. Then they go to Green Bay and get a win at Lambeau Field. Tough environment. Weather is bad, and the Packers don't lose at home in December and when the weather is what it was on Sunday. So definitely the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Do you see them by any way making the playoffs? Because Big Ben seems to be playing high, and this defense is holding it together.
Yeah, I think they're going to actually be that final team to patch up the AFC playoff picture.
And if they make the playoffs, will Mike Tomlin be Coach of the Year?
No, I don't think he will. I think that's going to be Ron Rivera.
That is a decent point, because they were so bad, and now they are high. And who do you have winning that game for Carolina?
I like Carolina in this one. I mean, I just think, they're playing with a lot of confidence.
And Falcons are
bad. They're running the ball. Cam Newton is playing controlled football, and he's matured so much as a player this year. And then that defense has one of the best defensive players in football in Luke Kuechly.
The Jets are playing at the Dolphins, and the Dolphins definitely need a win if they want to get that last seed in the AFC. So who do you have winning that game?
I like the Jets in this one. This is a rivalry game. The Jets aren't making the playoffs, but they're going to try and close out with some momentum heading into the new calendar year.
It's the Cowboys versus the Eagles. Team Neckbeard versus St. Foles.
You look at both these games, and, Dallas, they have to grind that one out. That may be their signature win of the year, though it was against a 3-win team. When you can win a rivalry game like that, you said a lot and you've done a lot. And Tony Romo did that injured. It's unfortunate that, he's injured and he won't be able to play on Sunday night, but he's the reason why they're in this predicament right now. And they're going to have to pound DeMarco Murray. And when I look at the Eagles run the ball. Dallas runs the ball. Well, I think it's going to come down to who runs. But Philly is hot right now. After what I saw them do on Sunday, I like the Eagles in this one.
How good can Nick Foles be?
I think he could be real good, Ryan. He's a guy, good field vision, strong arm, tall guy. He's mobile, and he doesn't turn the ball over.
Could this be a one-year wonder, like guys like Kaepernick or RG3, or could this be one of the more underrated players to look out for?
I think he could be a consistent guy. He's taking care of the ball. He has a good running game to support him, too. As long as he has that, he'll be fine.
The Chiefs are going to travel to San Diego, try to prevent San Diego from being in the playoff picture. Who do you have winning that game?
I like Kansas City, Ryan. I just think, Jamal Charles is hot. They're going to try and come out fired up in this one because they were embarrassed the other day at home. So I definitely like Kansas City. It's been good for the streak stops on Sunday.
This is going to be a good game. One of the more underrated games of the weekend. Who's going to win this one? The 49ers or the Cardinals at home?
I like San Francisco. I just think, they're playing with a lot of confidence at the right time, and they're still an NFC powerhouse. This team could be the 1 seed in the NFC. They could be the 6th seed in the NFC, but I think, they can make some noise on the road. They could be one of those teams that could win 3 straight games on the road to get to the Super Bowl.
All right, now here's the big one. The Green Bay Packers travel into Chicago, and whoever wins this game is going to win the NFC North and actually host a playoff game. So who do you have?
I like Green Bay. With Aaron coming back, that's really going to give them a boost. This is what they've wanted, and this is what I think was up their sleeve the whole time. How could you not want to come back for this moment? Bitter rival, division titles on the line. This is going to have heavy playoff implications. It's going to be a playoff-like atmosphere. It's a playoff game before the playoffs, you two.
It really is.
When you think about it. I think what the Bears need to do, besides a big game from Jay Cutler, I think Matt Forte needs to be that guy. You need to get him going. Let him touch the ball. If he can touch the ball at least 20 to 25 times, they win. But if I'm Green Bay, I'm attacking the Bears' weakness, and that's running the ball. A lot of Eddie Lacy, a lot of James Starks.
And how good will Aaron Rodgers be since he's been out for 7 weeks?
Well, he's going to be rusty. It's going to be like a Cutler thing. You see how Cutler came out rusty. If I'm the Bears, I'm hitting him, to be honest with you. I'm getting after him. I'm making a move, getting him out the pocket, even though you want to contain him to stop him. I'm forcing him to flush around the pocket and really make plays.
What is your take on Aaron Rodgers coming back? In the mind of Chris Simpson, are you for it or not?
I'm for it. I mean, look, this is your season right here. You want your best player on the field. He's a guy, you can just tell how important he is. And when we talk about an importance factor, Peyton Manning may be 1A as far as meaning so much to his team. Aaron Rodgers is 1B. This team hasn't been the same since he went down.
The Bills are going to be at New England against the Patriots. I guess we all assume that the Patriots are going to win this game, but ever since they lost Gronk, they haven't really played with the same sort of tenacity that they usually play with.
Yeah, because Rob Gronkowski is their best player. He stretches the field, he opens up the middle of the field. He's the best red zone target in the National Football League, and Tom Brady, he lost his go-to guy, so they're having to play a lot of small ball, and that's really going to put a dent in in their chances of getting to a Super Bowl. You need Gronk to get to a Super Bowl. I like the Patriots to win this game, though.
Yeah.
When they make the playoffs, how far will they make it, do you think?
I think they could get to the AFC title game, depending on who they play. I certainly think Kansas City has the defense to go up there to Foxborough and beat Tom Brady and get after him and flush him out the pocket and pressure him up the middle and play tight man coverage underneath across the board and force him to hand the ball off. So, I think we all want to see Peyton Manning and Tom Brady decide out the AFC.
And here's one of the more underrated games of the weekend as well. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals at home with big playoff implications on seedings and making it who will win this game.
I like Cincinnati. Baltimore, they really let me down last week after winning a grinded out type of game on Monday night against the Detroit Lions. They come in playing the New England Patriots, which was a huge game that they had to have, and they just looked awful across the board. Didn't stop Tom Brady. Joe Flacco was turning the football over, and the defense wasn't stopping anybody. That may be the worst I've seen their defense look since they gave up 7 touchdowns to Peyton Manning.
The surprising team in the playoffs.
Oh, man. I'm going to say the Green Bay Packers, and I say that because any team can get hot at the right time. And before Aaron went down, in the NFC, we were talking about Seattle, we were talking about New Orleans, we were talking about how, they're the 2 best teams in the NFC. And don't forget San Francisco either. Before Aaron went down, Green Bay was 5-2, and I said, this is a team I may not want to see come January, but with him back, he's going to make everything better.
Who do you think will be Rookie of the Year?
Oh, man. I'm going to say Eddie Lacy. I just think he's really given this Packers team a lot of balance. He's given them the running game they've lacked for so many years.
Do you think that Peyton Manning will be the MVP of the league this year?
I mean, who else would you give it to, Ryan?
Right.
Russell Wilson.
Look, this guy, I don't think any of us expected him to do what he's done. And I think a lot of people wrote him off. 4 neck surgeries within a 19-month span. It's a comeback from that and to put up the season that you've had this year. That says a lot about you. He truly makes everything and everybody around him better, and he's the reason why the Broncos are in the position they're in right now.
What is the chance that he chokes in the playoffs like he does with a 13-14 playoff record?
It's a possibility. We just have to see what Peyton is going to show up. I think he's learned a lot from last year. He's put that behind him. He knows he's had a good regular season, but that's not going to always carry over. But I think more pressure is going to be on him because Denver doesn't have Von Miller now.
We're talking with Chris Simpson on the Daily, can be heard on the Daily Blitz with his blog, and just a couple more games to go through. The Jaguars are going to be at Indianapolis. Indianapolis is playing for seeding. Who do you think will win that game?
I like Indy. I mean, they've been up and down this year, but I still think this is a team that can make some noise in the playoffs. I've been kind of skeptical about them, but I just want to see the Colts get off to a good start and then finish strongly.
What do you think about their chances with Reggie Wayne?
That's going to be tough because, he's a veteran guy and he brings a lot of veteran leadership, Ryan, and a lot of championship pedigree, and he's that guy that can make that catch over the middle of the field, third down and short, and give the team a first down. So it's going to mean a lot because he really means a lot to that locker room, and he's truly Andrew Luck's go-to guy. But me playing football, I played growing up. It was simple. You're going to hear this in any level you play at. When one guy goes down, the next guy must step up.
The Broncos are going to be playing in Oakland. Do you see an upset?
No, I see Denver winning that game. Peyton's going to play maybe a quarter at the most, right. I think. Maybe even a half. But I like, I definitely like Denver. I just think Denver right now, they're rolling, and they want to get into a rhythm going into the playoffs and get some guys healthy because I know some guys are nicked up, and that's the true advantage of having a first-round bye. You're at the end of the season. It's been a long season. You're bruised up. Your body's tired. You have that week just to mentally clear your mind of football and to get physically ready for the long stretch ahead and get into the Super Bowl.
Will the Lions finish the year 7-9 or 8-8, which would be very average, when they play the Vikings in Minnesota?
Yeah, I think they're going to finish 7-9. I mean, the Lions, I just don't trust them. They turn the ball over. I don't trust their defense outside of Nick Fairley and Ndamukong Suh.
And Jim Schwartz is gone, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, when you flick off the fans and say a few bad words to them, which you can't say in SportsTownChicago.com, that's when I think it's time for you to go. When you can't even appreciate the people who pay to go to your games and support the team every Sunday, when you disrespect them like that, that's when you have to go.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that 100%. But, when I look at this Lions team, Ryan, offensively, they were good. Obviously,
yes.
You know what Calvin Johnson is going to do. He's one of the best players in football,
ever.
Best wide receiver in football. But Reggie Bush, I think, has really been a godsend to that offense because he opened up the middle of the field. And you see a lot of teams not loading the box because they're drawing so much attention to Calvin Johnson. So Reggie Bush had the open field to work with, but it just didn't work out, and they choked at the most inopportune time.
Any chance, if you bring in a good coach who can get Matt in the right mindset, who can get this defense to quit being thugs and to actually play well, any chance that this team could be trusted and make a playoff run? Or do you think this team's just doomed?
Well, the thing about the Lions, Ryan, the lack of discipline, they have talent across the board. Yeah. I mean, Ndamukong Suh, say what you want about him. He's a dirty player to a lot of people in a lot of people's minds, but, he's one of the best we have in football, one of the best defensive players. Quick, physical, athletic. He can make some stops. He can rush the passer, do a lot of stunts on that defensive line. But all the talent they have, Calvin Johnson, Reggie Bush, Joseph Fourier, Nate Burleson, Brandon Pettigrew, Tony Scheffler, all that's a lot of talent, but they're not mentally tough, and that's shown these last 2 weeks when they played Baltimore and the New York Giants.
Okay, the last game we're going to do is the St. Louis Rams at the Seattle Seahawks. St. Louis has had a decent season. Do you think that they can come into Seattle and actually make Seattle lose?
Well, Arizona did it, so
right.
It's possible. I mean, whoever thought the NFC West would come down to this? One of the weaker divisions in football over the last couple of years has turned into one of the more entertaining and best in the business right now. San Fran winning last week, they could still win the division and get that first round bye. It's unbelievable. I think San Fran wins, but I don't think they get that division title in that first round bye. I think Seattle wins. Seattle needs the home field advantage more, to me, than the 49ers do.
Yes.
And this is... Oh, wait.
Is your thing plugged out, Ryan? Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming on the show, Chris, and it was really exciting to hear your stuff. So where can you be found online?
DailyBlitz61.com is the website. At DailyBlitz_61 is the Twitter handle. And Facebook.com/TheDailyBlitz is the Facebook fan page. And guys, before we go off, I still will be contributing for you guys during the playoffs. Of course, I hope you guys will still have me.
Oh, yes.
During the playoffs.
Definitely.
Listen to these guys, please. These guys are great. They're getting to start. And Ryan Hoppy, he's starting to become one of the hardest workers in the industry, getting this website going.
Definitely.
We talk all the time. Ryan, you're like a little brother, man. Keep up the good work. Even though you're taller than me, I'm older. So remember that. But, man, good work this year, guys. Happy New Year, and let's get rocking next week.
All right. See you then.
Step it up.
Talk to you later, Chris.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Wow. It's like he's trying to boost my ego or something.
There you go.
I hate the Vikings.
Jeez.
Oh, my God. If you want to call it a show, oh, my God. And I talk about, like, Kim Kardashian. Oh, my God. 630-403-5200. That's 630-403-5200. And speaking of Kim Kardashian, we dedicate this song to her. Moneymaker by Ludacris.
Yes.
We'll be right back. I'm Kim Kardashian. I'm Kim Kardashian, and my show is riveting. Be right back on the Friday Sports Riot. Hang on.